What's up, everybody? I'm Elsa. I'm the dietitian here at Dynamics, and today we're going to spend some time talking about the essential nutrition tips for weight management. So, as always, the information that we give in these presentations is just for education purposes. It's not to replace any advice from your medical practitioner or any healthcare professional. So, there are 6 things we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about why fad diets work, so why diet trends work. We're going to talk why cooking is important, why fruits and veggies are important, why protein is important, why whole foods are important, and why it's important to check labels. So lots of important stuff today. So let's get started. Number 1, I want you to understand why fad diets work. When I say fad diets, I mean Atkins, keto, paleo, South Beach, intermittent fasting, all the stuff that's popped up over the years. Why do they all work when some of them even have opposite things? So all of them encourage quality food and quality nutrients. Every diet out there really has you eat more minimally processed, more satisfying foods, more nutrient-rich foods, regardless of the amount of calories here. So here they help you usually be a healthier person because of those nutrients, and they're a good way to get a better quality in when many people are deficient in at least one nutrient. And simply put, paying closer attention to your food helps you pay closer attention to your health. This has an impact on weight. So as soon as you start paying attention to your food, no matter what you're eating, you might eat less, you might eat slower, you might increase some of those foods you don't usually eat. And this also will create what we call a wellness chain. A wellness chain are all those little decisions that help with your health, that help with your weight. So if you start paying attention to your food, maybe you're going to start paying attention to your exercise, to your sleep, to your stress, and to all those other little things that add up to your weight and your health. So that's why they work. Now, let me talk to you about what I think most people should do as an essential base before they go try a fad diet or before they even think about fad diets. Number 1, I think people should be cooking. I know that not everyone has the same amount of time or skills, but cooking more helps control and be aware of what's going in your food, something that ordering out or buying convenience foods will not let you do. With cooking, you're controlling every ingredient, every step. You can swap, cut down, increase ingredients, or any certain items to help with your weight management. So maybe you cut down the sugar, maybe you cut down the butter, maybe you make the portion last a little bit longer, maybe you make the portion even smaller. All those things help you, especially if you're doing them regularly. I'm not saying you have to cook every single day, but maybe you could start with once a week and see where that takes you. Cooking also has you gain independence. It's really empowering to be able to prepare your own meals. You don't have to rely on other people, on convenience foods, on takeout, on restaurants to have a great, healthy meal. This can also open up your horizon to different cuisines, different techniques. It can make you have some fun even. It's a good way to unplug at the end of the day, do something with your hands, get your blood flowing. Really big fan of cooking. Next, this can't be a surprise to anybody, fruits and veggies. Fruits and veggies are important. Why are they important when you're trying to lose weight? It's because you don't need to calorie count your fruits and veggies, especially your veggies. If you have a couple cups of different colored veggies at every meal, different colors you're going to see is because of the variety of nutrients in each of them. You don't need to calorie count. Vegetables take up space in your stomach. They have a lot of volume, but not a lot of density. So they digest slowly. They keep you full for longer without packing on a whole heaviness. And making it easy for yourself, ways to get more fruits and vegetables. We can try to look at the produce aisle for things that we don't usually buy, or there are now produce baskets that you can get delivered straight to your door every week that have a variety of fruits and vegetables in each of them. We like variety when it comes to fruits and vegetables. There's no one that is better than the other. They all have different things, and we like to have a big variety again. Now, if you've heard me talk for more than 5 seconds, you know that I say the word protein a lot. Protein can solve a lot of nutrition issues for many reasons. 1, they support your muscles. Your muscles, unlike the fat in your body, is metabolically active. That helps you burn calories. Metabolically active means that they are actively contributing to your metabolism. Fat is not. Fat is a storage mechanism. Fat is the boxes in your garage of things that you do not use right now. Muscles are the stuff in your house that you use every day. So getting enough protein is the best way to keep your muscles healthy and strong. So having protein is a really big priority when it comes to weight management. This is also because higher protein diets are proven to be more satisfying. Therefore, you can have smaller portions and be less hungry after each meal or snack. And having enough protein can give you an energy boost. If you're deficient in protein, a lot of times this is seen with a lot of fatigue and fogginess. So getting enough protein can help you feel better. So you can go keep your cooking or exercising routine on its head. Now, whole foods, not the grocery store. Whole foods are foods that resemble their form closest to nature. Things like, again, fruits, vegetables, grains and wheat, animal foods like meat, fish, chicken, eggs, dairy, other plant-based foods, some healthy fats like avocados or olives, nuts, nut butters, things like that are minimally processed. We like that because when there's minimal processing, they don't lose a lot of their nutrients, things like fiber, minerals, vitamins, carbs, proteins, all of those are kept intact. And this high quality food doesn't necessarily always need to be measured and portioned. If you just get enough of them in your diet, they will actually begin to edge out all of the other processed foods, and you're going to be a healthier and probably lighter person if you're looking to lose some weight. I'm not a horrible witch. I don't want you to never touch any of your favorite processed foods again. I want you to reduce the amount so that you are better at losing weight. So things like fast food, Starbucks, ice cream, candy, like high sugar foods, really processed things. It's good to give yourself an other stuff budget every week so that you can kind of control the amount without going cold turkey completely. A good target to start is spend a week figuring out how many of those foods that you usually eat, and then take that amount and cut it in half. Make that your goal for the next week. And lastly, let's talk about labels. Labels might look a little complicated. There's a lot of numbers in there, but the good news is not all of them are important, especially depending on which kind of food you're looking at. The first thing that you always want to do when you look at a label is look at the serving size. The serving size tells you is only relevant for the nutrition facts at that moment. So you always want to see how many servings are in a whole container. And then you want to compare how many servings are you actually going to eat. When you look at the daily values, pay attention to fat, sugar, and sodium. These are the three things we want to keep on the lower side. For example, a pint of Haagen-Dazs ice cream has around 60% of your daily saturated fat for a half cup. Probably most people are going to have a little bit more than a half cup. It's quite a small serving, so we have to take into account that we need to double that saturated fat version, that saturated fat number. And you want to look at the ingredient lists. Maybe you've heard ingredient lists should be short and simple, something that we can figure out easily. Ingredients are always listed in order of weight, so that gives you an idea of what's most prominent in the product is going to be at the top, at the beginning. So I'll give you an example. Ketchup, the second ingredient in ketchup is sugar. So ketchup is actually a high sugar food, maybe something that we're going to cut out or reduce. So there you have it. We have why fad diets work because of the quality and the nutrients. We talked about cooking. We talked about fruits and veggies. We talked about protein. We talked about whole foods, and we're checking labels on things. Obviously, everybody is a little bit different. If you need help figuring out exactly what works for you, feel free to shoot us a message, and I'd be happy to take a look at those things for you. And lastly, I gave a bit of a list of sources and links that might help you if you have more questions about each of these topics. Or, as always, our DMs and our lines are open for any questions, comments, or concerns. If you like the video, feel free to share, or you can subscribe to other videos by liking our Facebook page or checking out our Instagram. Thank you.